everybody? Let me know if y'all can hear me good. We on the road. Y'all know we had the church. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. What's good, everybody? Can y'all hear me good? Kyle Kim said it's over. We lost on to the next. Nah, we don't get off that easy. We don't get off that easy because if it was a win, I remember last week a lot of y'all were still bragging about the Georgia win last week. So let's talk about it. Let's not be like Georgia fans and run from it. Let's not be like Auburn fans and run from it. Let's talk about it. Hey, Dwight, if you can't turn that music off, bro, it's kind of loud on this end. Oh, I'm good. Bet. All right. Yeah, I couldn't hear myself. I could only hear the music. So, but yeah, we good. Um, so just some initial thoughts going into it, right? Before I start bashing Fairweather fans and talking about the good and the bad. Initial thoughts. Post game presser. I think Kalen DeBoer handled that about as good as you're going to be able to handle that. This is an unforeseen situation as a fan, but I know this as a coach. Kalen DeBoer and that staff did not go into that game and plan to lose, right? They didn't go to that game, expecting to lose. Nobody plans to lose. I don't believe that was the intent. Um, the players, they didn't go in planning to lose either, but they didn't show up ready to play either, and that was very evident. And there's some things that I'm gonna talk about in this live that's gonna support that statement. So, and I'm gonna try my best to save the big topic for last about people saying that Kane Womack ain't the answer. For people saying that Kane Womack ain't the answer, I'll get to that later. But let's start from the top, man. Effort, defensively especially. The effort on the defensive side as a collective group. You got some players making some plays, some impact. You got some players doing their job, but the effort as a whole on the defense. Players number one, staff number two. I say players because one, you just got to make plays. You got to make tackles. That's number one on defense. And number two, I need more energy from my defensive staff. Who is going to help Coach Womack really get into these guys' ears, right? Get into their heads and check some of these egos, man. Too much celebration going on. Too much celebrating. Too much my bads after big plays. Those are tendencies that we've seen over the past 3 years. And I said 3 years because yes, we saw the same type of stuff from the Saban era. And if y'all saying that Coach Saban is the greatest coach of all time, and we're seeing the same tackling issues with players, it's not a coaching problem. So you're coaching, it's a coaching problem. That little take is void. We'll jump into that deeper next in a few minutes. But then I also want to tell y'all to look at this too. Not only has Vanderbilt only lost their games by a combined of 10 points, a combined total of 10 points, I believe, total for the whole season. 10 total points with both losses that they have. But Vandy efficiency right now, third down efficiency rate is the fourth highest in the country. I did not know that going into this game. Didn't think it would matter because our third down defense had been improving. You look at the game last week against Georgia, 3 of 15 on third down. They went 5 for 5 on fourth down, which is that's not good either. But fourth down conversion rate is higher in the past 10 years overall for the season across the board. Fourth down conversion rate is higher than third down conversion rate. So you look at the ratios, it just don't make sense. It just don't make sense for how these boys played last night. I need to get my glasses on so I can see y'all comments. Let me see if I can pull them up over here. It doesn't make sense. What's up, Michelle? Roll Tide. Appreciate y'all for being solid fans, man. If y'all go on Twitter, man, y'all see I got a lot of people mad because they want to try to blame the coaches, and I want the players to be accountable. I can't blame Kane Womack. I'm not saying he called a perfect game, but more often than not, more oftentimes than not, he put players in position to make plays. And one thing I will give Coach Teague this, and a lot of people, they listen to Coach Teague and they try to use his points to kind of combat what I was saying last night, but you're actually supporting it. It's already bad enough when your defensive scheme is not set up to stop the run game effectively. But when you go and you break down the numbers and your run defense gave up 150 plus yards on 50 plus attempts, averaging 3.1 yards per carry. That's not a play calling issue. That's a lack of tackling. That's a lack inability to tackle. I don't think people listen to that stat that I just said. 54 carries for 163. I think it was 163 total rushing yards. And the passing efficiency was there too. They only passed the ball, 14 times? I think you only threw the ball 14, 15 times. So the balance was there for them, and they were content with their pace. They were content with moving at their pace. Something we said, something we established. Offensive play calling, we can't blame the offensive play calling. I heard somebody say that Kalen DeBoer's offense is the reason why. Negative. Kalen DeBoer's offense didn't even get a chance to impact the game, and we still only lost by a score. I didn't see the defense put up 6 points. We only lost by 5. And the offense had 18 minutes of possession. 18 minutes of possession. That is not play calling. If Vandy scored on every possession, that's a problem. That's not play calling, that's tackling. When you go and you allow a team to go 12 for 18 on third down conversions, 8 of 11 in the first half. 8 of 11. 3 on one drive, three third down conversions. 2 of them was for penalties. Big penalties on the same drive. That is not coaching, guys. That is not coaching. Let me read some of these comments, man. I wish my producer was in the back so he could put them up on the screen. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Brett Sully, I see you. Shout out to the Big 33 on YouTube. I don't know how many on Twitter. I know we got a lot pulling up on Twitter because they over there crying still. And for all you people that keep coming, listen, let me help. I'm gonna help you out with trying to hurt my feelings, okay? If you wanna try to hurt my feelings because I'm derailing your fair weatherness, like attack, say something personal. Like try that. You might catch me in a weak moment, right? You might be able to catch me slipping. Say something personal, like say something about my kids or something. Say something about me having to restart my life and not having no money for real right now. Like talk about that. But you talking about you unfollowing me, or people not supporting me, or me getting fired from Bama football. That's do y'all not understand? Like you are literally debunking what you're saying by saying I'm falling off because I got fired. You're following me. So if I'm falling off and you're following me, what does that mean? Goofy, Kennedy, who the kid on Twitter? The real poke shop. Him, the other dude his boyfriend, I forget his boyfriend name. All y'all, man, on Twitter. keep coming for me. QD, all y'all getting y'all feelings. Start talking crazy, man. Say something that's gonna like when you say it. At least let it be factual. Talk about my wife leaving me or some shit like that. Like God forgive me because talk about that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm headed to church. I just get irritated with y'all that be thinking my feelings gonna be hurt because you unsubscribed or unfollowed me on Twitter. Like y'all don't understand, man. Like at the end of the day, I don't do this for likes. I do this just to share. You know, I speak up for the people that don't have a voice, that don't have a voice or don't know how to address people who ain't solid. That's how I am. I just want to do it for the authentic people who don't mind being themselves. I mean, like for real, bro. They sad. Like you get so in your feelings, you have to publicly announce that you unfollowing me on social media. Well, I thought this was an accident up here. I was about to be so pissed because we traveling so good right now. We're riding at a real nice pace right now. I mean, beat this Walmart truck. Ain't trying to get behind you. Yeah, we just turning. We on the last stretch, about a 30-minute stretch till we get to the crib. Got to get home for church. What is it? Let them talk regardless if it was, yes, Vandy, y'all do know lose to anyone this year. The last going to come. I'll say everyone better hope Bama is at the top two. That's what I said, JB. What did Kanisa say? Let me see. I'm 10 toes down, going 11-1 SEC champs, Milroe Heisman, and Natty champs. Facts. I'm with you, man. Hey, you know what though? When I go on campus Tuesday, if I go talk to J Mill, if I'm able to go talk to J Mill, I'm gonna have a serious talk with him, man. If I'm able to run into Jalen Milroe on Tuesday, when we get on campus, I'm gonna have a serious talk with him. I need my boy to cut that. I need him to take that add-on hair out his head. He ain't been the same this whole season. He's shown flashes, but it's a spiritual thing with that hair, y'all. It's a spiritual thing. Let's see. I got a long comment. Dougie Fresh said, linebackers and defensive front was lethargic from the get-go. We just need to regroup. Let Vandy have the 15 minutes of fame. The only way to overcome is to execute in next game. Of course, but I'm not letting y'all off this easy. I'm not letting us off this easy. It's still Sunday. Practice don't start again until Monday. Film session gonna happen today. They still gonna talk about it today, so I'm gonna talk about it today. Dougie. And this is the thing, Dougie. Linebackers and defensive line plays lethargic, yes, but there were less lethargic. There was less lethargic play calling, right? Because honestly, I think players just have lost the whole idea of being fundamentally sound because of what media and us as fans have done to them. We hype them up so much. We allow them to get this NIL money now, right? And there's no accountability in the moment. It's only afterwards. It's kind of like being in a relationship. Me and my old lady was talking. Me and KT was talking, and I was talking about how some arguments, some things shouldn't get to the point where it's like do or die before you make a decision to say, okay, this is important to me. As players, if I'm not making plays, if I'm not making the plays, if I'm missing tackles, at some point in time, I have to make a personal decision to do the right thing to make the plays. And last night, we saw overwhelmingly amount of mishaps and broken tackles. It was overwhelming. That was one play, man. That first play when they did the play action and LT Overton, he was in pursuit of the quarterback and the guy put his foot in the ground and pulled a Johnny Manziel type move. He reversed back to the opposite side, kind of, gave him a spin off, right? And Ja Latham slips right on the turf. After Ja Latham, where was the extra effort? There were guys already standing watching the play, thinking the play was about to be done because Ja had been making plays all season. But if guys continue to swarm, right, like they were doing the first 3 weeks, regardless of the production, right, swarm. There was no motivation last night. That's not on coaching. That's on players, guys. For all my coaches, it's on the coaches. That's on the players. That's on the players. Shout out to the big 18 in the chat. I see we already made some people mad, man. 22 in the chat on YouTube. Douglas, what's good, man? My guy Douglas Harrell's in the building. Douglas texted me this morning. He knows I'm on the way to church. Y'all know I do my morning rants on the way to church. My brother Douglas texted me this morning, and he said something so profound that I have been saying the whole season, even before we kicked off against West Kentucky. These boys can talk all that talk and be our leaders. We need people to step up and be accountable. I believe the coaching staff was very accountable. I believe they were very accountable. Going up into this week, the very things that Coach Kane Womack talked about in the practice presses, the practice press conferences, post-practice press conferences this week, was the very thing that we needed to do. Go back and watch Coach Kane Womack's presser this week. What did he emphasize? Our discipline and tackling, gang tackle, everybody getting to the ball. Damani Jackson getting manhandled in the run game. Red Morgan out of place. Deontay Lawson throwing the shoulder, trying to run fit, throwing shoulder, leaning in with his shoulder. Jahad Campbell overplaying gaps because he's trying to overcompensate for things he thinks is not working in front of him. Keon Sabb coming up and run support, jumping outside, losing leverage. When you already got outside containment with your corner, you should be reinforcing on the inside, right? Flowing through the lanes. It was small. It was just a bunch of small stuff, and I'm not bashing the players. Not bashing them. When they turn the film on, they will be told this. They will see this. All of these smart players on our defense, when they get asked the question, what happened here? They will tell you the amount of mistakes that they made. Listen, I want to give Coach George C. Alabama great, Cowboy great. I want to give him all his props for breaking that down in that little 2-minute video, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the breakdown. But for all of you that think that he's supporting your narrative that Kane Womack can't call a defense, you're wrong. He's supporting the narrative that it's already hard. You're not going to have much success trying to stop the run the option defense, any type of option scheme, run scheme. You're not going to have much success trying to stop it in a 4-2-5. You're not going to have much success stopping in a 3-3-5. You're going to have to go with a traditional 4-man front, so that guards and tackles have to be accounted. They have to account for anything over that's in there over them, inside, over, head up, or outside shoulder. Wherever the shade is, wherever the technique is across from, whatever they have to account for it in a 4-man front. 4 of your offensive linemen you have to put tight ends. When you're allowing teams to put tight ends on the line against true 3-man fronts, your linebackers play and your strong safety overhang play, Husky, Rover, and our defense play has to be immaculate. Because what Vanderbilt did that most teams won't try to do, they put their big bodies on the small bodies. And they allow the big bodies, our big bodies, defensive end, the Bandit, who got ate up yesterday, both of them, they put them in situations to where they have to be in conflict. And they can't use their big athleticism because they don't have that quickness like your linebackers or your strong safety. So you key and attack the strong safety and the overhang guys. This is stuff that I know is to be true, that we saw Vanderbilt do. We're not going to take away from that. They executed tremendously. What I'm going to look at is John Latham, LT Overton, Jaheim Otis. Guys getting in the backfield and making the initial contact and losing, not secure tackles. Jahad Campbell, Deontay Lawson, Quay Russaw, young player Red Morgan, Keon Sabb in the backfield, missing tackles. Secondary play solid for them getting lulled to sleep like they did. The big play by Malachi Moore, that's a tendency, and that's something that was key. Great job by Vanderbilt's coaching staff to see that and key that, right? Key that look. And being honest, that was a great play by the quarterback. He barely got that off. And in that moment, that's coaching too. Because if your assignment is to get to the quarterback, why are we pulling up trying to play off the play action? Go get the quarterback. Whoever has the running back, go get the running back. Whoever has the quarterback, go get the quarterback. That was a lot of undisciplined football yesterday. Facts, JB. Facts, JB. Eram the GOAT. He underperformed yesterday tremendously. He said this Alabama team deserves to lose like this. I need to. Bro, you driving slow as mud. I thought I was speeding. You just driving. He said, I need to keep building a monster. KC, I'm lost. I'm sorry. I was trying to give you some love on the comment. Shout out to the big 42 in the chat. We got 42 in the morning live. I wish I'd stay tuned to go live and watch. Stay tuned in church. Watch the live for us being in church. I would much rather lose early than late in the season. Facts, Jarvis. 100%. 100%. Dontario, what's good, bro? Hey, they did it. They did it. And listen, okay, for everybody that thinks I'm not blaming Kane Woman for anything. I'm not blaming Kane Woman for the defense playing like it is. But there were times last night where, and I said this, the downfall, the cons of this defense is with that aggressive nature defense. When you shoot gaps, you might shoot the wrong gap. You might shoot the gap clean. You might bust through the hole clean, but it might be the wrong hole. That's the con of having this style of defense. But you live with that understanding that everybody's flowing, and if everybody flows right, you lessen the chances for big plays to happen. Did we have a 40-yard run last night? A 40-yard rushing play? Did we have a 75-yard rushing play? Did we have an 85-yard pass? Did we have a 70-plus yard pass play? Did we give up a 45-yard passing touchdown? Like, I don't think none of that happened. So the swarm concept is true, and it is all true and in effect. Yards per carry, 3.1. No big yardage plays. 3.1 yards per carry. That's not a strong run game. 12 of 18 is bad though. I'm gonna keep harkening on those two numbers because they're the difference in the game. And the third number, the time of possession. How do you get time of possession? You're able to extend drives. How do you continue to extend drives? You convert on third down. How do you convert on third down? Well, you execute plays effectively. What led to that execution? Well, the opposing defense, while in position, did not make the plays. They didn't make tackles. Anybody that watches that game last night and says more than, let's say, we lose by 6. Let's say go find me 6 plays. Go find me 6 plays. We lose by 6. Go find me 6 plays during the game where the alignment was off and the defense wasn't in position to make a play. Go find me 6 plays where the alignment was off and the defense was not in position to make plays, because I can show you 30. You know what? I won't even say 30. I won't even be like that. I can show you 9 plays. 9 plays on the first two Vanderbilt offense, the first two offensive drives from Vanderbilt. I can show you 9 plays out of the 21 plays. The total, I think it was 21 total plays that they had ran by that time. No, it was 9 plays where players could have made plays in the backfield. Not before the line of scrimmage. I mean, before the line of game. Players could have made plays in the backfield. 9 plays. 9 plays that could have changed the whole trajectory of that game if players make tackles. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm getting at. Y'all see the terrible. Oh yeah, there that part right there, especially in that clutch in game situation. I think that was the third down, and he was about 2 yards short, and they gave him that 4th and 1 or the 3rd and 1, and they ended up converting. Our O-line played solid last night. I think the O-line played solid. When Jam ran the ball, when we had the ball off the Jam, he ran solid. Justice was hesitant. He had 1 or 2 big runs. I think he had 1 solid big run. But I think the O-line played solid. They gave Jalen time. Jalen was making his reads. Yeah, I think the O-line played solid. Elijah Pritchard, 1 bad play. That was, it seems bigger than what it was, but that wasn't what lost the game. That wasn't what lost the game. Jarvis Mitchell said, but why can't Kane Womack adjust to that if we are playing teams that doing matchup that don't match up well against our defense, you got to change up your scheme. Hell, put 4 men on the line would have confused Vandy. You know what? That's the thing. Watch the game, Jarvis. That's all I'm saying. Watch the game. Kane Womack, you don't change your scheme. You don't change your scheme for one game. You don't do that. You adjust your scheme. You adjust based on personnel, and they did that. We played a lot of big bandits. We didn't play a lot of Wolf personnel last night. We didn't play a lot of Wolf personnel. Q-Rob has the size to play bandit. He's a small bandit. You had 3 defensive linemen. You had them playing the even, playing head up over your tackles in the center. Out of a 3-man front, you started in that, and then you shifted to the odd man front and brought your Wolf onto the line of scrimmage. You walk your overhang You walk your overhang into the box, right? Because they were coming out in 12. Alignment was never an issue. I didn't see. I never. It was a few plays when they did off set alignment, where they did overload alignments where pre-snap it looks like they have leverage. But if you look at the lanes of containment that you will want in some of these base sets of our formations, we were set up to stop them. Now, last night, if we were just out of position on majority of those plays, I can understand if we giving Kane Womack a lot of flack. But as a coach, I give my players a chance to freaking operate and do what we feel like we do best. Right? And that's what they felt like they could do best. They came out in that even front. That wasn't a good move. Switch, you shift your guys, add a guy to the line of scrimmage, right? You still playing wide, making them respect your edge rushing ability. Your linebackers got to be disciplined and being decisive in how they're going to attack the run game. And the eye discipline from the linebacker, the interior linebackers, had to be on point. It was not last night. But even in that, we had more plays than a few where guys could have made impact because they were within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage on each side line of scrimmage. Within 3 yards, contact was being made on the ball carrier, and guys were missing tackles. Redfish Stalker, how you been? I love how y'all come out after losses, man. I ain't seen some of y'all in so long. You say he could have sent some more gap blitzes. You really can't blitz. You can't gap blitz against option. You can't commit resources when 90% or 80% of the play call is read option. Like you can't send blitz. You gamble on those, and you a lot of times you more oftentimes than none you're going to miss. You're going to create a lane. So what you do is you have guys attack lanes, not necessarily attack gaps. You attack lanes with awareness. So assignment based football, lane discipline. When I'm talking about, no matter what it looks like in the play, every play that quarterback pulls the ball to go make a decision outside the tackle box, there should be somebody on him, not somebody on the ball. There should be somebody on him, right? And then same thing for the running back. Same thing for all eligible options in those keys. When you get a key, go to your assignment. That didn't happen with our defense last night. I saw guys trying to make superhero plays. I literally saw Ja Latham miss a key pick on the shovel pass. Could have been the highlight of his season. But he's too busy trying to make the big play. Instead of standing in that transition lane, chopping his feet in this transition lane, during that option, and keeping his eye on the ball. Because clearly he was the pick man. He was the read man. He was the read man. The quarterback was reading off of him. He didn't do a good job in executing that. Tay McClendon said and executed to perfection. We have a high-powered, fast-scoring offense. Play keep away 40 minutes compared to 17 minutes in time possession is crazy word. I agree. I think you all are missing the point I'm making. I'm really going for the Kane Womack attackers that say he can't call a defense. If this man if he held Georgia 3 of 15 or third downs, USF kept them under 50% for third down conversion. Wisconsin, same thing. And we were still having missed tackle problems. It can't be a scheme. This is just Vanderbilt being better when we make our mistakes, capitalizing on all the mistakes. You know what? The 17 missed tackles from last game didn't make a difference because of how we were winning. The 11 missed tackles from the week before against USF didn't make a difference because Wisconsin didn't make a difference because we won. Y'all didn't pay attention to that. Nobody said anything. Nobody was talking about that when I was saying it last week, the last few weeks. Us being horrible on tackling in open field, but gang tackling, doing better in our swarm tackling. Got to see more of that. We needed that against Vanderbilt. Teams that don't mind keeping the ball on the ground. You need everybody swarming to the ball because you're already going to be out of position, two steps out of position because of the option. You're going to be a step out of position. It's natural. How do you recover? How do you track? How do you swarm? We didn't see that effort yesterday. That's players. That's not coaching. We knew this 4-2-5 scheme was going to be vulnerable to any run-heavy defense. Run-heavy offense. We came into the season knowing that. Hey, Womack said there were things that you can do to alleviate it. But this is a vision, read, and react scheme on defense. Vision. That's not just for secondary. I hope y'all don't think that's just for the secondary and coverage. Vision means you use your eyes to make plays. You got to have ball discipline linebackers, defensive ends. Got to. I'm not standing with Kane just like the players got to prove it. He ain't new. DC, he got to prove it to players. Got to wait. He got to prove it to players. Got to play better. But at the end of the day, you're coaching. If he has 4 more of these, what? for more of what? Fuse, I don't get y'all. I still don't understand what schematically knowing the 4-2-5 is his scheme, and that's what I'm saying. This man had a top defense at South Alabama, so the Marquise Mays and y'all. I don't care, man. I don't have no respect for person when it comes to talking ball. That's a lot of y'all be kissing ass and doing all this glizzy gobbling and stuff. Y'all get mad at me because I just call out the facts, tell the truth. Y'all don't want to hold these players accountable for missing tackles. Kane Womack can't be held accountable for players missing tackles. Simple as that. But in the 4-2-5, South Alabama last year played against four teams that ran similar offenses. Yards per carry. You know what happened with the yards per carry average with South Alabama? Guess what teams averaged against South Alabama? No, it's not Alabama. It's supposed to be better athletes at Alabama, right? No, it's not Alabama. Guess what the yards per carry average was against South Alabama last season? 3.8. Same thing he brought to Bama. So it's not his scheme. It's not his scheme. Players got to make tackles. South Alabama never had that type of third down efficiency done to them under Kane Womack. Indiana, same scheme. Indiana had a top 5 defense running the same scheme. So for all these people that saying the scheme don't work, what do they do in the Big 12 and the Big 10? What, Indiana, Big 10? What do they do in the Big 10? They weren't pass heavy during that time. So for everybody that says the scheme doesn't stop the run, you're invalid. Your points are invalid. You literally can go to the Big 10 and find where play calling styles are run heavy. His 4-2-5 scheme can contain the run game. But when you don't make tackles, nothing's going to work. Go look at the track record. All you got to do is go back and look at the track record. Lawson alluded to them not executing, bro. Don't try to and this is what fans do. They try to take, like with George Teague when he said the 4-2, they tried to use that to say that that Kane Womack can't stop the run game. His defense. No, he was saying it's already hard enough to stop it. When guys aren't disciplined and don't make the plays, that's what makes it look even worse. If the 4-2-5 under Kane Womack, his style of 4-2-5, and even go look at Ole Miss, when Ole Miss under his father's reign. I want y'all to go check those stats. One of the best run defenses for 2 years in a row under David Womack. In the SEC, during a time where you had guys like Derrick Henry in the league, Alvin Kamara, like you had guys like that in the SEC. You didn't have a lot of spread offenses in the SEC. So the scheme is not the problem. And I'm going to keep saying it. Marquise Mays, you talking about that ain't going to work in the SEC. This ain't South Alabama. You right, it ain't South Alabama, but we got Alabama players. If we Alabama, players shouldn't be able to make tackles. Regardless of the scheme, if you make contact at the line of scrimmage at Bama, ain't you supposed to be winning that? While we talking about the scheme, if you got a guy on the sideline and you could tackle him, drive him out of bounds, is that on coaching? But you going in there throwing a shoulder and he bounces off your tackle and makes a play, is that on coaching? Yeah, he caught the ball, but you were in position to stop him short of first down. That's on coaching. Kill it, guys. So Fuse, answer this. I get what you're saying. So you're saying that you expect Kane Womack to go into every game knowing exactly what every offense is going to do. You don't expect offenses to put wrinkles into their scheme to combat what we don't. You don't think other. That's what I'm saying. This is how you guys are talking about the coordinators as if they had a Connor Stallions in the stands or something. Like we didn't have a Connor Stallions. We don't get to react to that. Vanderbilt changed up. They added some wrinkles and still did not break a 40+ yard run. They didn't give up. You know how many 40+ yard touchdown plays we gave up last season? 40+ yarders. The most under Coach Saban. The most under Coach Saban. Through five games, we had given up 6 40-yard scores under Coach Saban last season. How many have we given up this season under Coach Kane Warmick? For all of you doubters, for all of you, it's the coordinator, it's the scheme. Just put the numbers together from last season and this season. Since y'all want to talk about scheme, put the numbers, compare them side by side. I don't care the opponent. Compare the numbers side by side. Look at the numbers. And then, if you really want to go and talk about it, go turn on the tape. I made a tweet earlier this morning. Early this morning, I was up late, y'all know, and I made a tweet, and I'm gonna read it real quick. And I want y'all to think about this. For all of you Fairweather fans that's crying. I mean, I see washed up former players that really didn't do nothing there, talking bad on these players, like talking bad on the staff, as if they could coach better. Not just holding everybody accountable, but talking bad about them. Like you were so great. Bro, you played at Bama during 2001 and 2004. Shut the hell up. Shut up. You played at Bama 2001 and 2004. 2001, 2006. Shut up. 97 to 99 too. Shut up. Talking about play calling. You half of them, and some of y'all wouldn't even be able to fit any of the schemes today. You weren't him. You got to play in the box. You didn't have to move. You got to play in the box. Offensive coordinators were scared to put the ball in the air. Offensive coordinators were scared to do pretty stuff. Cute stuff that caused players to think. It was about brute force. That's how you thrived on being a crash dummy. Shut up. The game of football has changed. Yeah, I'll speak on it. I don't have no respect of person when it comes to this talking football, because y'all getting y'all emotions as fans, and y'all just talk. They talk crazy. I ain't just gonna say y'all. Fans get in their emotions, they talk crazy, and then when you respond to them, when you meet them with the same energy, they get mad at you and want to bash you. All right, y'all, I gotta be a little careful. I'm in Bulldog territory, back at home in Columbus, Georgia. Well, this ain't home for me. I'm across the water from City, but I'm back in Columbus. Gotta be careful. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Okay, Dwight, you back? Let me see. What is this tweet at? All right, this is a stat I want y'all to think about as we get ready to end this live. I'm about to walk in the church in about 5 minutes. So teams recorded broken/missed tackles against Alabama through 5 games the last 3 seasons. I want y'all to listen to this. 2022, 2 years removed from a national championship, 1 year removed from Bryce Young, not national championship, Heisman season. This is the year after Bryce Heisman season, right? 47 missed or broken tackles through 5 games. 2023, that's Coach Saban is the coach there, right? 2022, that's Pete Golding's last year. Kevin Steele's first year was 23. This is 23. Through 5 games, first 5 games, 52 missed or broken tackles. Through the first 5 games, we're talking about Huggan, Henry, and crew. No, that wasn't even Huggan, Henry, and crew. That was Trez, Marshall, and crew. Trez, Jalen Key, Caleb Downs, leading tackler. All season last year. Jahad Campbell didn't get the start a lot last year. He didn't get a lot of reps last year until the middle of the season. First 5 games, though, you saw the need. Defensive lineman, 3rd down conversion rate last year. Just to throw this in, 3rd down conversion rate through five games, 61%. Worse than the coach. No, 57%. I'm sorry, 57%. Worse than the coach Saban's tenure. But everybody want to talk about Kane Womack's scheme isn't working. This year, stats 2024 through first 5 games. This is after last night's game. 41 missed or broken tackles, with 14 of those coming in the first quarter of first half of last night's game. And I want to say first quarter. I can't remember if I counted right. That's why I said first half. But when I stopped watching the game on Vanderbilt's last drive of the first half, Alabama to that point had 14 missed or broken tackles in the backfield. That's not coaching. Facts, Derek. If we make 10 more tackles in this game, pick 10 random tackles on third out of the 12 third down conversions. If we make 9 of those tackles, and I got to go back. I want to even get down into that. How many tackles were missed on third and 5+? I know in the first quarter there were 8 tackles missed on third and plus 5+. So that's not coaching. That's not coaching. That's not on scheme. That's bad effort, poor execution by the players, and got to do better. So turning the page. That's my rant. I can't key on anything else. Kane Womack, I think he's going to learn what this league requires with his style of play calling. I think he will have success with the players he has, the assets he has. These minor adjustments definitely need to be made. But the number one adjustment before we talk about doing anything with the scheme, players got to make tackles. Simple as that. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. That was my morning rant, y'all. Hopefully I hurt some feelings. Hopefully I shook some fair weather feathers again. Y'all know I'm all for that. I'm all for shaking some fair weather feathers. Right? And be careful. Tread lightly over here, all you trolls. I'm in demon time. I'm on demon time this week for all my trolls. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm on demon time. So if you coming over here, you got something slick to say, make sure you ready to take that to the bank. And please come over here thinking you're gonna hide behind a fake profile picture. We about to unleash the dogs now, y'all. You gotta have an email to create a YouTube account. I didn't see the comment. Let me see what. If Miro and offense had at least 10 minutes of time on the field, outcome would be different. Shoot. That part too. Is that on coaching though? Michelle, I just want to know. Is that the coach's fault? Because offense, we never were in a position to control the tempo, right? We never were in position to control the tempo. Never were in position to do that. You can slow the gameplay calling down. You can slow the tempo down, but what does it do? Doesn't do anything. I appreciate y'all though. And everybody, if you have a difference of opinions, I encourage you, speak out. But don't take it personal when I rebuttal. I thought, see, me personally, I thought me responding to your difference of opinion would make you feel appreciated. That's what I thought. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I feel like if I just acknowledge the people that agree with me, then that makes me look like a homer. So for everybody that keep getting in the feelings because I'm going at the ones that don't agree, think about it like that. Think about it from that standpoint. Y'all get it. Y'all get mad and y'all try to attack my character because I go at people that have a different. That's the point of having this platform, guys. Create debate, disagreement, spark conversation, controversy, give you insight, my view standpoint. And if your standpoint is irrelevant to your point, then I'm gonna eat it alive, bro. I'm gonna tear it up. That's like cake to me. And I'm not even big on sweets. But I'm gonna go ahead and take it on into the church house, and y'all be blessed. I catch y'all I might go live. I might go live on my page. I might go live for church. But if y'all don't see it live, I'm gonna share the my church's live from Facebook. As a matter of fact, let me go try to set it up on YouTube. I'll share the link on YouTube. Y'all can check out my church's live. I don't know what service gonna be like. I ain't played in a few weeks. Hopefully I don't sound too bad. Y'all, my hair growing. Shawnee, is my hair growing for real? You'll tell the truth. The hair is growing, guys. If y'all look at last time I wore my hair down like this in May, all my locks were like above my ears, y'all. I got face locks, y'all. I got a few face locks. But appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Oh yeah, the Commodore's feeling good. Them dogs kicked up right now. But y'all be easy. Dwight, go ahead and end it, man. I appreciate y'all. Roll Tide. I'm your boy, Smook.